Oh, there he is, ladies and gentlemen. Tyler Babin, videographer to the stars. Do you remember how we met?
It was in Gary's office.
In Gary's office. You were getting cyberbullied. Yes,
that's what we called it?
Yes, bro. You were actually getting bullied in real life and then it got put on the internet. This is like the origins of cyberbullying.
Yeah, I know you feel it too.
Hey guys, it's Babin, and welcome back to the first video on this channel in quite a while. Sorry I disappeared there for a while, but we have a lot to catch up on. Currently, I'm recording this at my new apartment in Stamford, Connecticut. And I know what you guys are all thinking. The last time I posted a video, I was living in Portland, Oregon. So what happened? I'll explain. Just about a year ago, mid-pandemic, I moved out of my apartment in New York City, packed everything up, and went to a completely new city and region of the country I had never spent any time in before, Oregon, and Portland more specifically. And honestly, even though it was a weird transition coming from New York City to Portland, it was very worth it. I had a lot of fun. I met a lot of friends. I got the opportunities to shoot and film in places I would have never imagined, and ultimately it was a really great experience. At the beginning of this year, I started to travel again pretty regularly. I was shooting different projects all over the country, making little campaigns and commercials for different brands, and life was pretty much cruising. Work was consistent, I was enjoying it, was making videos on this channel, and then randomly one night, I got a very unexpected phone call that again changed the entire trajectory of my life.
What is the ultimate lesson? And the lesson that I try to tell people, anytime you're given a job offer, you're given a situation, you need to create a situation that is so unique that's like, you create a problem for them. Mm-hmm. Now you've gone from there's 10 candidates to now there's 2.
I'm trying to like keep it calm over here, but it's very exciting to me. Like this is totally in line with my kind of like legacy plays of the type of content I want to make. So yeah, like I'm in. So that call was from Hasan Minhaj, the comedian and actor. You might know him from things like The Daily Show or the White House Correspondents' Dinner, or a plethora of other amazing things. Hasan reached out and basically just said he liked my work. He wanted to see if we could chat further about seeing if our work lives could overlap in some way. So I bought a flight to New York City, came out, met with Hasan, and we pretty quickly realized we wanted to work on something together. So I flew back home to Portland, broke my lease, packed up all of my things a mere 7 months later, threw them in the car and drove back across the country and landed here, just outside of New York City in Connecticut. I guess I just can't escape this place. Basically, right after I landed, I had no time to settle in, and I started traveling and documenting Hasan preparing for his next tour, a show called The King's Jester.
It's cool. One of the cool things that you get to do though is you get to be Tyler Babin, but you can then hide and work with an artist. And that artist is like your muse. Like they paint in a certain color and somebody else paints in a certain color. You know what I'm saying?
Now, I had always wanted to go on tour. It's been a major goal of mine that I've had for as long as I can remember, really ever since I picked up a camera. So today we're doing a photo shoot with Hasan. This is our first like proper photo shoot that is not like documentary run and gun style. We've actually set up a studio space. Well, the studio space is being my living room in my apartment, but we're gonna just shoot some images today, and these are all leading up to the second leg of the tour, which we're announcing in just a couple days. And it's been amazing, but it's also been really distracting. It's been hard to travel this much and create content on the road. So when my friends over at Logitech asked me what I do to maintain flow, this seemed like the perfect time to talk about it. I've always thought that the job of an artist is to find the thing you are best at and that you love to do, and then make as much of that work as possible. The latter part is often easier said than done, and that problem usually stems from flow, especially when we have so many distractions around us all the time. For me, there's 4 things that stand out that I do every day, whether I'm at home or on the road, to maintain flow and stay creative. Number 1, a to-do list. And beyond a to-do list, think about this as living in a state of constant capture, capturing all the thoughts and ideas that float around in your head all the time. I carry notebooks with me everywhere. I keep notes on my phone. I use Notion. I use calendars. I use everything you can imagine to organize what's going on in here. Because as creatives, it's usually crazy in here, and so if we don't find a system for keeping it organized and put together, we're gonna have a bad time. Anytime that I feel like I'm lacking inspiration or I'm not sure where to start, I always go to these notes, these lists that I'm putting together. It sounds simple, but it really will make such a massive impact in your life. My friend Scott Belsky, the Chief Product Officer at Adobe, says that impact is what happens whenever you combine creativity and organization. You can't have one or the other. You gotta have both, and that's what will move the needle forward on all of your creative endeavors. Number 2 is tools. Tools are important. They're the things we use every single day. I don't have time to be thinking about an uncomfortable keyboard, a mouse that just doesn't fit my hand right, and that's where Logitech steps in so perfectly. I've been using the MX Master mouse ever since the very first iteration, and now on the 3rd, it is absolutely perfected. In combination with that, the new MX Keys Mini are the perfect addition. They have that portable, easy form factor that can go into a suitcase or a backpack, and again, it allows me to create freely in the moment. By the way, if you go over to my Instagram right now, I just posted a video and I'm actually gonna be giving away an MX Master 3 and an MX Keys Mini. All you have to do is click the link in the description, go over to Instagram and let me know how you stay in flow. And you have an opportunity to win this mouse and keyboard. The 3rd thing is eliminating distractions. Now, I don't know about you, but there are multiple times I find myself throughout the day that I will just randomly be scrolling Instagram and not even remember that I actually picked up my phone. It's insane how wired we are to check these devices all the time. And so for me, I've learned to just eliminate as much of it as I possibly can. So my computer goes on Do Not Disturb, the phone is on silent or airplane mode, and it's usually as far away from me as it can be on the other side of the room. Get these distractions away from you so that you can focus on the things that matter. And when it comes to focusing on those things that matter, it brings me to my 4th thing, which is breaking through that wall. There's always a wall, no matter what project you're working on. Maybe it's 20 minutes in, maybe it's 45, maybe it's 2 hours. We all know that we're hitting that wall and then we have to push through it at some point. For me, I try to remind myself that as an artist, as a creative, this is all about having fun. And if I'm not having fun on the work I'm making, I'm doing something wrong. Let's face it, if you're watching this video, you are probably a creative in some way. And guys, our job is not brain surgery. We get to have fun and make stuff every single day. And so if you're not breaking through that wall, maybe you need to ask yourself if you are having fun with what you are working on. Because if you're having fun, you'll be able to break through that wall and get into flow pretty seamlessly. There we go. This week's video in the bag.
What's up?
But the people want to know,
Sure.
what are the Hasan Minhaj tips and tricks for staying in flow?
Okay, I would say if you want to stay in flow, obviously have a great collaborator like yourself. Always be in close proximity to one another to give each other notes. Give yourself forced deadlines like over here. But none of that is possible if you don't have the Logitech MX Master 3.